Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
NCCU, your community financial partner, brings to you Beyond the Mortgage.
Affordable rates, affordable price, NCCU, everything nice. Go do a course, go take a trip. Beyond the Mortgage 246. You take the mortgage already, to make your pocket go empty. Beyond the Mortgage, NCCU will keep you steady. You need to buy a new fridge, you want to purchase a settee. Get rid of medical bills and invest in the green energy. Beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage. Everything nice, beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage. NCCU for life. 246, yes, 246. Wow, 246.
Beyond the Mortgage, 2% savings, 4% retirement solutions, loans available at 6%, and our special BTM line of credit. Terms and conditions apply. NCCU, your community financial partner, brings to you Beyond the Mortgage.
Affordable rates, affordable price, NCCU, everything nice. Go do a course, go take a trip. Beyond the Mortgage 246. You take the mortgage already, to make your pocket go empty. Beyond the Mortgage, NCCU will keep you steady. You need to buy a new fridge, you want to purchase a settee. Get rid of medical bills and invest in the green energy. Beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage. Everything nice, beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage. NCCU for life. 246, yes, 246. Wow, 246.
Beyond the Mortgage, 2% savings, 4% retirement solutions, loans available at 6%, and our special BTM line of credit. Terms and conditions apply.
I love the Kalinago territory, I love the Kalinago people, and I really embrace my culture.
How the hell do we expect to survive as a communal society in a capitalist system?
We need to teach that history that have not been taught.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I'm practicing my voice. Welcome to the show. I'm a singer today. Welcome, guys. It is Wednesday, the 22nd of January, at least in 767. That's the date. It might be another day in another world or in another place in the world, but it is Wednesday. And we are getting ready for another show. I've been keeping you busy, yo. The last couple of days we've been busy. We've been doing show after show after show. Monday night, we had a show Tuesday night. We had a show tonight. We got a show tomorrow. We got a show. Tomorrow's the last show for the week, okay? I know you guys have had enough of me for the week. I'll be back next week. But we got a show tonight. Welcome to the show. Those of you who are locked in on Facebook, those of you on a Black Island Girl, good evening to you. Those of you on Jael Joseph, good evening to you. Those of you on YouTube, Jael Joseph, good evening to you. Those of you on LinkedIn, what's going on? What's going on? How are you guys doing? Welcome. I see my YouTubers are joining. They see I waiting. Somebody by the name of Khalid is saying I waiting. Why am I trying making noise like that now? You're trying making noise every time I G back chair. Tell the chair that I lose weight. Like, stop trying to embarrass me. Okay. All right. So it is a new day, and we got an exciting guest. Last night we had two wonderful guests on our health series joining us, and tonight we got Philsha, aka Philsha Pendenque, who's gonna be joining us. We're gonna be talking to her. She's a comedian, she's a musician. She gonna be all up in our screen. She gonna be all up in us tonight, and we're gonna be talking to her. We don't know who the hell this girl is. Like, who for her? Where she come out? We want to know. We want to get the details, and I'm excited. I met her for the first time in person just before the Christmas holidays. I think it was just a couple of days before Christmas or something like that. I ran into her in the streets of Roseau, and she was looking fine, and we exchanged pleasantries, and it was just nice to meet her in person, because for most of us we follow her videos, and if you have not followed the video, then when we get off this, you're gonna need to go look for her, because I remember the very, 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 very first time I saw her. I'll tell you about the very first time I saw her in just a little bit. Let me pick up the folks on the live. I see Antigua is locked in. ATL is locked in. Good evening to you. Somebody says, as a young man from this planet, Dominic, I support the previous comment. I don't know what previous comment. Which comment that, my brother? I'm not sure. Enlighten me. I'm not sure which comment was that. We got Delma is watching here in Antigua. Let me know where you're locked in for. All Jay, good night. Good evening. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much, guys. Don't forget to follow. As soon as you hop on, follow, subscribe, and hit that share button, right? So that folks can get in on the action. They can know what's going on. They can learn a little bit more about our guests. They can enjoy the interviews because you come back because you enjoy the interviews, right? So bring somebody along for the ride. Welcome somebody else with you so they can enjoy it as well. Hi, Nisha. Welcome. I see Grace Joseph is here. Good evening. Good evening to you. Thank you very much, guys, for coming on. I just want to say special thank you to my sponsors. Without them, this Chicago, wow, by way of Lahore we buy. Lahore is where all my family from. My brother, god damn, you all the way from Lahore, and you all the way in Chicago in the crazy. Well, Chebefo, my brother, Chebefo. I want to say a special good evening to my sponsors. Thank you very much to my sponsors. Without them, all right, straight. I would not be doing this for another year if the sponsors did not recognize and they come on board. And I want to say in a huge way, big up to National Cooperative Credit Union, your community or our community financial partner. And just reminding you that now is the time to invest in the future of your credit union. From now until December the 28th, there are two amazing ways to win big. All you got to do is purchase 2 shares or more, and you get entered into a draw. If you refer people, both you and both the referrer and the referee will be entered into the draw. They're having a monthly draw, and the grand draw is in March. So big up to the NCCU. Also, they have the Beyond the Mortgage going on as well. NCCU for life. Anywho, I'll keep my day job. And I also want to say thank you very much to Caribe, the agents for or Caribe, they carry Caribe Rose, Brut, Mimosa, Prosecco. I know we love in Dominica, we love the Caribe Rosé. We also really love the Caribe Prosecco. Prosecco is out of stock now, but it's coming. It's coming back. I heard it's coming back. It's gonna come back soon. And Caribe is distributed by HHB Nutrition Company Limited. So big up to HHV Witchich and Company, as well as Caribe, the folks at Caribe, Melish, and the rest of the gang. Also want to big up Astafans, right place, right price. Yes, thank you very much for your support. You can check out Astafans for all your home and garden needs. You can check them out in the supermarket for all your affordable groceries. You could also check them out upstairs for all your clothing. Yeah, so big up yourselves one time. Somebody see my background audio is still bad. The background audio. Which background audio? I don't understand. Polo, what you talking about? What background audio? I don't have a background audio. I don't understand, Polo. Help me. Polo is on the live. Hi, Hurstin. Y'all hear me okay, right? Y'all hear me okay. Let me just turn on the music. Y'all hear me all right? Just give me a thumbs up if you hear me okay. We're gonna get this show on the road. Looking to see if everybody's is hearing me all right. So yes, so I was saying, I was talking before, we took this little. Oh, are you guys hearing me okay? Oh, I get the thumbs up. Okay, y'all hear me okay? All right, they hear me all right. They hear me good. They hearing music. Well, y'all, you don't want the music? Or don't hear me? All I hear me? As long as you hear me, that's all that matters. Are you hearing me okay? Right? That's all I need to know. You could also support the vibe. You could support the show if you would like to be a sponsor. We do accept sponsors. Send us a direct message. You can message us and let us know that you're interested in joining the show. You can message me through whatever platform that you tuned in on, as well as you could support by either doing PayPal, which is here. You could do NBD, which is my mobile banking here, or you could support me on Patreon. A lot of folks support on Patreon, which is over here, Patreon. I want to big up and say thank you very much to my Patreon, my Patreon subscribers. I love y'all. I love y'all. My Patreon subscribers, I love y'all. And I'm going to be doing something very, very special just for my Patreon. So pretty soon I'm going to be over at Patreon creating content just for my Patreon folks, because I truly, truly love you guys and appreciate the support. The background music kind of distracting. The background music is music, it's music. Hello. As long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. Focus on my mouth. Focus on my lips. You be alright. Alright? We good? Ready to start? I am happy to have you guys all here with me for this wonderful show. And this wonderful guest. I've been following her for quite some time. And the very first video I ever saw of her, and I don't know if that was her very first video, and she will correct me if I am wrong, or if that was her very first video, she'll tell me, oh, I did multiple videos, was when she was talking about when people call people fat. Listen, and she talked about this lady on the bus, and it was like a whole, I was just she could not stop, she didn't stop to breathe during the entire piece. I was like, how the hell did you put this down? And it was hilarious. When I shared it, it went viral. Lots of folks tuned in. But since then, a lot of her stuff has gone viral. She tends to put a lot of satire in her comedy. She brings up social issues. She's also been very vocal about her journey at university and the struggles that she's faced. And I mean, we all go through our own struggles at university, but her story was apparently not a story that was only shared by her, but she was the only one that came out and really spoke out about it. And she just very true to herself. I commend her for being true to herself, for giving it to you on the rocks with no chaser. No chaser, should give it to you on the rocks. So without further ado, it's 7:24 in the evening. I want to welcome for the very first time, we call her Phil Charles, but she is Philsha Pendenque, but we're going to be referring to her as Phil on the show. Good evening. Welcome, Phil.
Oh my God. I swear I fixed my camera. Now we're back to...
There you go.
Okay. I think we're good.
good.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. Hi, guys. Still adjusting my camera apparently because my camera hates me. Hi, it's me again, Opie John Show. Hi.
It's so good to have you. I love you. You know I love you, right?
Yeah, I love you too. I love you. I love you.
Oh my God. I'm so happy to have you on the show. And
Yes,
I
I'm so
have
happy to be
wanted
here.
to talk to you for quite some time. I touched base with you
You did.
over a year ago.
Oh, yeah. It was a while ago. It was a while ago. It was a while ago.
Yes. And I am so happy that you finally come on my show.
Yeah, I
Um,
know.
but so much has happened where you're concerned, and I am really excited to to talk to you. A lot of folks are on
Yeah.
here excited to hear your story. We really want to know a little bit about you and where you grew up and where you get
Yeah.
that sense of humor from and why you so bold faced all up in people's face, all up in people's screen. We
So
want to
much to
know.
unpack.
We want to know everything. We want to know if you're
Oh boy.
married. We want to know. We want to.
Let me even come on to the frame. Let me just, okay.
We want to get all the details.
Yeah,
I know it's
yeah,
going
yeah.
to be. People are expecting a very funny show. Of course, on here, I bring out the worst in my guests.
And I love that. I really love that for us, as a collective. Yeah.
So we're just gonna roll with the punches. Lots of folks are on here and they're shouting you out. The soundtrack that was playing before you came on is still playing in the background. Polo, it's not there
Oh,
anymore.
it's not no. It's not no. It's not
Yeah,
no.
it's not there now. Like you can't just a little song can't play before now. Like what's the story that now? Everybody say they hear me loud and clear. Damn, loud and clear. You're hearing Phil? You're hearing Phil? Let me give me a
Can you
thumbs up.
hear me?
Yeah, Tisha
Please.
is saying she's already laughing.
Oh no. I really love that though. That's
I
fun.
love that for her. Just don't be pure near my girl. Though some of us,
No, that
I made sure I put a diaper on me because
you,
no, yeah, now and again, sometimes you laugh a little too hard, and a little something just comes
you
out.
know, you understand?
Age where you over the age of 40
Oh, okay.
happens to
Hmm.
people like me a lot. So
Okay.
I made sure to have put a diaper on, because I'm
And you
drinking
know
water
what?
and I can't get up and
Hmm. Precaution is better than, the actual
then cure.
event. Yeah,
Yeah, we
exactly.
don't. I can't be sitting down there in a pool of Malpisa and people wondering, like.
That's great. You understand?
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. First of all, tell us a little bit about you.
Oh,
Where are
God.
you from? And who tell us about your family.
Okay, cool. Beautiful. Thank you for starting up because when people be like, what do I tell you about me? I'm just here blank. So me, I am from like 17 different places. I was born in, well, I was kind of raised in Maho to some degree. So yes, for people who can be like Maho, rural, you're welcome. Um, Also reached partly Ontario Street. Yeah, lived a lot of my life in Warner, which is where I am now. So I'm from an amalgamation of places, and you can all see them in my tongue and my demeanor. We know this. Um, yeah, about my family. I am currently in a single parent, beautiful household where we're full of love. And if you've met my mother, you realize that I really am great. I'm doing okay because her tongue doesn't have bone. Personality, you have a lot of that, but manners, never that. So, like, if you met her, you'd understand the sense of who I
You
am.
say apples don't make oranges, in other words.
They really don't. And this Granny Smith apple definitely made a Granny Smith apple. I'm just saying. Yeah.
So you have four siblings, you say? It's four of you.
Okay, so my mother has five of us. Um, I know. She was out here like, this is real, this is me, but it's okay. Uh, yes, so she had five of us. She decided when I was 17 that why stop the flow? Let's go for a boy. I have four girls. So she did. And then my father decided not to be outdone. Let me just have one. So he did, but they're both separate of each other. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So they both have two separate. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful. Yeah, so I have five siblings.
You have like a
But
blended family.
it's a beautiful little blended family of one lives this way and the other one lives that way, and we're all together. It's lovely. It's lovely, honestly.
So tell me what would a 7-year-old Philsha would have been doing? 7-year-old Philsha. What's some of the things that you love doing?
7-year-old me. Oh God. So I was a little Miss Know-It-All, and I read constantly. So at that time, my mother we wouldn't have had television because I tend to be, and I'm pretty sure that's a neurodivergent trait, but I tend to be very absorbed into whatever I'm doing to the point where like you have to come tap me because I cannot hear you when you call me. I'm zoned out. So if I'm reading or it's TV, so she took away television because grades were dropping, but we didn't have television for years. So again, another product of my personality. I had to find my own phone, you know. So yeah, Hustling Hernandez said pretty much, but yeah, no. So I had to find my own fun and entertaining my sisters with stories and my mother. It's kind of what I would be doing, making up shit in my head. It's a lovely, lovely pastime, and I haven't stopped, clearly. You know?
So you were very much of a reader, you mentioned.
Yes.
Where did music come in your childhood?
So I have a very musical family. My mother sings, my father sang. Um, my cousins, my uncle plays like 17,000 different instruments. My cousins play instruments. Me and my sisters had, if you've ever heard of the Pending Sisters, then
Yeah,
that was right.
we have
So
heard of the Pendenque sisters.
I figured. But yeah, so that was me. I grew up pretty musical, like from the time I was probably like maybe six. My mother would sit us with a recorder and be like, "Okay, these are the notes." So you kind of have to learn music. So that's kind of where music came from. It's been my entire life.
That is very I mean, that is rare to some extent. And I don't get me
Hmm.
wrong, audience, about being it's rare because normally music is kind of like a pasta thing for Caribbean
Yep.
people.
Hmm.
But it seemed to have been something that was taken very seriously at your home because
Very much.
you had an entire group like the first survivor, the first Destiny's Child, first 702.
Yes.
Like you guys were singing. You had a singing group from the time you were
I was maybe like eight, because Dinah would have been about maybe six then. So yeah.
who was the like tell us about your sisters and who's the oldest of the three of you that were the Penguin sisters?
Okay. So for most people who generally think that the sister after me is older, no guys, I'm the eldest. I know you wouldn't say it. I don't seem to.
Really?
I know. I know most people are just like you don't seem responsible enough. And
You
I
seem
love that.
so immature to be the
Thank
oldest.
you. And I really love that for me. Like changing the game. What stereotype am I trying? You understand? It's beautiful. And the responsible person is my sister. You understand? She's the one after me. She'll be the one to hurt us. Okay, guys, you have to go there, 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 there. And honestly, I felt like as her big sister, I just needed to step back and let her have that. Because that's a lot. And I'm only here for emergencies. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So I ball out and let her have all of that because so no,
What?
I'm the first. I'm the eldest of everybody. And then
Wow.
there's a sister after me, right? So at first it was just two of us singing because I started singing at six, started preaching at six. That's a whole different ballgame. Um, so public speaking has always been a part of my life.
Hmm.
But started singing at six, so she came along maybe like about 2, 3 years later. And then when my third sister, well, I guess my second sister, but the third of us, when she became of age, she came along, beautifully low voice. And then my mother, of course, because we're musically inclined, she was like, okay, if everybody's there, nobody's singing straight. We all have to have a part. So harmonies came into play. And we love Dinah with our whole soul, the one after us. But harmonies was not her strong suit. We're still working on it. It's a progress. She can sing her ASS off, but harmonization might send you for the hills. It's better now.
She's probably just a
So,
artist.
yeah, and it's fine. So now I've moved from being, a lead singer to harmonization, and so has Jael. And so we would switch parts at first until Jael was solidified as a bona fide alto slash tenor because her voice is deep for the, oh, it's so sexy. I swear.
Jaya has a lovely voice, and
It does.
her voice is she have the best voice.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. We've been saying that. We're just like she has the best voice. She sounds like like Yeba and Adele and these type of people.
Yes, she
Oh,
needs to
she
be on
sounds
some big
fire.
stage. Like
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. And she
as
can
a
run for
party,
days, not
she
me.
can sing and make
You know,
money.
thank you. She's a runner, she's a track star, and just me, I'm a sprint. That's all I can manage. I'm a sprint. I'm gonna get you there quick and I'm gonna get you to Jesus, but I'm not taking you through the tunes. I can't do it. So she has all of that and we love that for her. But yeah, that's how we became a little groupie thingy and
I
did all that.
love it. I loved you guys. I used to listen to Voice of Life because
Oh
and that's
yeah.
what I learned about the Penang singers. Y'all used to have a little. We used to play on we used to record it on our little cassettes and
I'm flying!
yes, because my mom loved you guys and loved your voice.
Oh no.
It was I know. So when I heard that you were actually like, because you hear about
Yeah.
people who sing, and then obviously
Hmm.
Voice of Life is not a station that I tune into. I'm not tuned into Voice
No.
of Life in decades, right?
Voice of
Um,
Life, we love you forever, the OGs, but
forever, and
mhm,
forever be in our hearts, right?
forever.
However, like when I saw you when you went viral, I didn't,
Hmm.
because I think all of this happened during a time where people were more glued into the radio. They would listen to
Yep.
things. We were
Yeah.
not seeing people that we know or we're familiar with on
Hmm.
TV per se,
Hmm.
right? So putting a face to you guys was close to
Yeah.
like it was not gonna happen. And I remember when I
I
first met your
know.
sister, I met your sister years ago, right?
Yes.
Because she's in media. And I remember being like, oh my God, it's you! You're one of them, And then when you started doing your comedy, I still didn't know it was you. Like I
And
still
I love
not
that from you.
clued in because you
Hmm.
went by the name Philsha, and I just went Phil Charles. Okay, Phil Charles, whoever that
Hmm.
Phil Charles person is, she's
Hmm.
amazing. She's hilarious. We love her. And the end. And then I believe I was talking to somebody, and they're like, "Do you know that she's one of the pregnant sisters?" I'm like, "No, she's not." Like, yes, I'm like, how did that wild child become was once once
Yes.
like
Hmm.
a renowned local gospel singer?
Gospel artist. Yeah, 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 yeah. Which is what most people are flawed on. They're just like, oh my God, you went from, and I'm like, yeah, because I've always been extremes. Let's start there.
Mhm,
I never do anything in halves. So if I'm going to go all into something, you're going to get every single part of me. But then if you've ever seen, and I think we had a period where we transitioned, like we were trying to transition to Facebook and stuff. If you've ever seen the videos, it wouldn't be so surprising if you see me now. Because the energy was the same, the tongue was still problematic, just maybe cleaner. That's
mhm,
it,
mhm.
and that's okay because after a while you grow up and you realize that people piss you off, and sometimes the clean words are not enough. Just so,
People
mhm.
piss you off, and the clean words are not enough. Guys,
Words are
on the
not
live,
enough.
get ready. We're gonna be getting a lot of quotes, so take your notes. The quotes are gonna be dropping like bombs. So make sure you take notes. I've already told my assistant take notes because we want those quote cards to come out like from tomorrow. We want those quote cards to come out. All
Yeah,
right.
me for it.
So you started off in music, doing music, and then
Hmm.
comedy. I
Yeah,
kind of want to go back a little bit, because we kind of jumped ahead a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
Where did you go to school? Like, where did you? Because you said you lived in different places, but
Hmm.
essentially, like, where did you go to school as a child, and even when you went to high school?
Yeah. So everybody's going to comment, and I'm okay with it. I was an SDA brat, so grew up SDA, sang in SDA, preached in SDA, went to SDA primary, went to SDA secondary. The
You went
only
to
thing,
school in Portsmouth.
uh, all three of us went to school in Portsmouth.
You're kidding me.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, so imagine all three of us at school, like every school event, guess who's singing? Yeah, every event. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Like, I mean, I know you guys were SDA, but I didn't know that because I know, like, I know you, when we say SDA, guys, for those of you who don't know, for context, it's Seventh Day Adventist. So you grew up in a Seventh Day Adventist home. You went to
Hmm.
Seventh Day Adventist primary school, which is by the bridge
Yep, yep.
in Roseville,
Roseau, yep.
and then you then transitioned to Portsmouth, which is a bit of
Yep.
a track. So, like, you were commuting every day.
Every day. Got up at like maybe 4 or 5 in the morning to get ready for the 6:30 bus out of Warner, and then go to catch the bus for B47 to go down to Portsmouth. Honestly, it's a whole event. Obviously, you're on the bus with like a bunch of children. At that time, I was not this no neck having, she goddess that I am now. I had a little more of a neck and a little less weight. And so I could actually sit at the back, packed up with five other people, like sardines. But it was the best times, I swear. I swear it was the best time. It was the worst of times for my butt cheeks. But it was the best of times, for my heart. It just, yeah.
What was some of the experiences like? Because I know, like, I grew up bumming ride. You probably didn't have
Oh,
to bum ride. You probably got on a. I
you
grew up
could hit
bumming
me
ride,
correct.
but even knowing that I had to bum ride to go to
Hmm.
From Vegas to because I went to school in Portsmouth, right?
Oh, Lord. Yeah,
Vegas,
yeah, yeah.
and then we went to school in Portsmouth from the time we were little kids. It wasn't like a high school
Oh,
thing,
hmm.
and we would still stop in Bourne to get mangoes. So what was your experience like, commuting like nearly 45 minutes every single day, going through all of the
Yep.
winding roads to get to
Hmm.
Portsmouth every single day?
I mean, it was so cool because obviously at that time, life was so much better. These internet kids don't even know. You understand? It had a hierarchy on the bus. You understand? There were the kids who were fourth formers and fifth formers. They would pick their seats, and us little ones get pushed to the back. Obviously, the pushback where somebody tried to assert their dominance, I try to be cool, and then eventually you piss me off, and then I shame you on the bus, and we never have this discussion again. But honestly, it was amazing. When we come from school every day, most of the time we'd stop off in like, Cooley Street, Collie type areas, and we would get like steamed corn and roasted corn and then roasted plantain. And those were the times when the bus break down by the side of the road and we have to everybody stand up outside. All the other buses passing us and laughing us, send your children on their way back to Central. Laughing at because our bus break down. You understand? You're reaching home late. And of course, I have bombed so much right. Have you ever been to Warner? Warner no has a reliable bus system. No. And to anybody from Warner that is a bus driver that's watching, yes, this is for you. They no have a reliable bus system. So at the time it was crazy. If I come home late, like when I was like 12 and 5 form, I would have to bomb right to go home on some sketchy vehicles at 10 o'clock and just hope that if that man touched me, he just knew both of us going on before. But just I've always, it's just take no prisoners, and I would take some to my grave. Don't touch me. But yeah, it was a lovely time. You understand? Thank you, Kimberly. Bus service was trash. It really, really was, and kind of still is sometimes. Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm dying. Okay, somebody's on the live saying I'm talking about my mango. Yes, I love my mango from time. I used to
Okay.
bomb. I would stop off in Bourne. I would take a bus
Mhm.
to Bourne, stop off in Bourne, and go and pick mangoes. And then just anticipate that you're gonna get blows when you reach home. You already know you're gonna get blows because
Yeah, that makes sense.
you like
Cause you
I
see,
used to pay my bottom.
oh no, see if you had us know, your excuse could be you didn't get a boss. It would have been lovely. It would have been lovely. You understand? You understand? Because who can say when these things happen?
No,
You don't
I
know. Luckily for us, we were really good children, but we
No,
had all the chance to go.
we used to use that though. We used to say we didn't get boss because boss was not really consistent. Like there was
Yeah.
a time and there was like a cutoff time where you could get boss. So
Mhm.
we used to use that. We didn't get boss. But I think my mother used to know we were lying when we didn't want to eat anything because our belly full from mango.
That is kind of an indicator, yeah.
Oh, we probably eat too much mango and mango and worms in it, and we have
Wow,
diarrhea.
to the worm? Oh no.
I had to take worm medicine many times. Many times in my life I had to take worm medicine because I used to stop off and eat mangoes and pick. And so when you stand, imagine you stand up there and you throw it in the mango not falling down, and you watch on the ground and you see it have a couple of them, they fall on, they look like they've probably been there for like
Okay.
a couple of days. It have a little bit of bobo. You figure, I just back that up, speak that up.
Thank you. You understand innovation. You know?
And eat that. And people just don't understand that life. Those of them that
No,
were
they
born
don't.
during the internet era, they they
Uh,
they're missing out on life, right?
That's what I'm saying. The internet kids are missing out on such a good time, you understand? The time when, somebody beef had to follow them to school. They had to leave it because you had to hide your phone under the bed. Your mother was coming and it didn't have like WhatsApp and thing. It had, free call and voicemail, you understand? You used to send people quest for them via voicemail. And when you reach in school, what you saying about me last night, you understand? And with their gas, you understand? In the back. You're missing out on life. Nothing about that. Nothing about that, you understand?
They really don't know anything about life. They really don't. So you went to SDA. Then what happened after?
Yes.
Did you how did you do at school, first of all?
I was a shitty student because, again, I didn't recognize I was neurodivergent because, of course, Dominica, we don't give any sort of indication to mental health. You understand? So if we just say, oh, there look a difference, Um, so I didn't figure out like how I studied and how any of that. So I really wasn't that great at school. My sister's amazing. Amazing. Like would come out first and second in school all the time and in the top 10. And I'm just here like, that's something like a lot of work. Like I say, it doesn't give results. And I always have a motto: you must never let people set their expectations high because then you're going to have to go higher to meet it. And I don't have time for that. So when my expectations are low, anything I do above that, wow. And that's what I want. So I didn't, I passed the XC. I passed it, you understand? And I'm very proud because when everybody that here mostly fail maths, I happen to pass. To ask me how.
You
Don't
like me, I passed maths and don't ask me how either. I was just like, I don't even know how that happened.
No, I
Like did
don't.
she make a mistake?
Because I was prepping my mother in advance. I was telling her, you are about to see a couple ungraded. And then she was like, Philsha, what ungraded? And I call in everybody and they're like, oh, we didn't pass maths. I'm like, well, my paper didn't even make it. So when I see the three, I was like, mommy, I get her A. Accept it and go. I did my best. And apparently God decided to honor my best. I don't know my path.
And
Two
he did the
angels
rest.
that yeah, you talk about them people was guided by God when they guided because I swear to you, I leave half that unfinished. But I think the first half I know what I was doing. The second half I was playing tic tac toe. It was any mini miny mo. Where she go. That's what happened. You understand? So I don't know what else.
I'm alive and I'm dying. You are going to, I tell you, that's why I put my diaper on me. I'm not lying there because I come on here with my diaper on me. For me to promote no one again. For
Oh
me to
Lord.
prepare on myself tonight. It's not
Yeah,
happening.
no,
That's the one. So
correct.
so so Phil, you complete high school. Did you go to
Yeah,
college?
I did go to college. I
Where did you
did.
go?
Dominica said college because his data was there, and it's my kind of fault because I wanted to take a year off because I was like, I have had enough of school. Um, I don't really learn much, and I do trying to learn much for like a while. So give me a year. And he was like, no, you have to go to school. And so he went, and I had to change my major because he wasn't listening. So I went to school for 3 years, which means I meet my second sister because we're really close in age. So I
Okay.
meet my second sister in school. So, she come and meet me. We graduate same time. And of course, she did exceptionally well, top of her major. And me, I just go and accept my certificate. Like the big boy child that I am, no shame. you know, at least I finish, you
You
know.
finished. You did finish.
Uh,
So what did you major in this when you changed it?
so I was hospitality. Don't know how that's gonna work. Um,
You
And
so rude
then,
how you want to be hospitality.
oh my God,
You
he's
so
not that.
you would have tell imagine you had a job at a front desk of a hotel and they come in and they said to you, ma'am, I think there was something wrong with the sheets, but you sleep on it, didn't you? You would have
I would not. And the funniest thing is, people don't understand. My customer service is like 100%.
it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered by somebody that at the end of the day I'm not going to see again. It's my supervisor that would correct it, not the customer. No, no, no. Because that person, I may never see them again. They're going to cuss me out today. Maybe they needed to get it off their chest. But you that know me and see me every day, how dare you? Coon. So that's kind of how that went.
Akun.
Exactly.
We'll assume akun means akuna matata.
Shut up, Harvard. Beautiful. Beautiful. You understand? Yeah, that's what I meant. Totally what I meant. Yeah.
Oh wow. So you changed from hospitality to what?
English. An associate degree in English.
English.
Yeah.
Why English?
Because I read and I write and I love English with my entire soul. I
Wow.
love the English, and so I did it. And so, which for most people, when they see me online, they're just like, "Oh my God, she cannot speak." This is a deliberate play on words, people. It's fine. I have an entire English degree, so yeah. And I didn't do well in hospitality, which is most likely why I didn't graduate that high, because it really, it
Cramp your style.
really, yeah, it really cramped my style. You understand? But when it came to English, yeah, no, give me anything English. I'm like, that's my
Wow.
jam.
Wow. Okay, so what happened after college?
So after college, I went to work in Clare Harbor for
Mm.
almost 2 years. Um,
What
yeah,
was it like? What was it like working at home?
Clare Harbor is a different place. It exists in its own planet and it has its own solar system. And I feel repression is very rampant there. I loved my time at Clare Harbor. It taught me so many things. And it also opened me to the fact that I was really innocent. And, I was a good person in my heart, and I wasn't thinking no evil, but clear about deep in the evil. I can tell you that friends. They were very strange, to me at first, because again, I grew up very SDA, and I was the most outspoken wild thing for them. And then I went there and I realized, no,
There's people
no,
louder than you.
yeah, they're crazy. You understand? But it was beautiful because then it introduced me to who I would later become. So
So you felt like that was like a really good start for you. They made you more bold. Is that what you would say? Like you
they did. They made me more aware, and then I felt like I came into my adulthood in a sense of I figured out really quickly. It's either you get well, it's not that you get a backbone. Like interestingly enough, I've I used to have a problem saying no. Like because when you grow up in Dominica, they make you feel like no is the worst in the Caribbean. When you no is the worst thing you can say. Like and you
Mhm.
have to find 20 different ways to say no. So I didn't
Mhm.
like to hurt people's feelings. And as much as I'm a brash person, I really didn't like to hurt people's feelings.
Mhm.
So that place made me learn to be like, no, it's okay, thank you. Yeah, because it was a lovely place. And if you wasn't good for yourself, they would take advantage of you. Not necessarily people, but the fact that the, they would work you, and then obviously it's a company, so the company's going to look out for themselves.
Mhm.
So if you were not looking out for you,
Kwapo
you
smoke your pipe.
pretty much. So
Oh. Okay, so
yeah,
at what point did you decide? Where did I mean you obviously you love music. At
yeah.
what point did you feel like you could also be a comedian? Like when did that when did that come about? Like when was that enlightenment?
And the funniest thing is, I don't classify myself to a comedian to this day because I don't think I could go up and do a stand-up show. It's so much easier to be.
But you totally could. You do that all the time online. It's a stand-up show. What else are you doing when you're online? You sitting down, you lying down. It's a lie down show. It's a sit down show.
But in my head, I'm just like, I couldn't necessarily do a stand up show, you understand? So I've never considered myself a comedian. But we went through some pretty rough patches, my family. And humor was my way to cope, has always been. Humor was my way to cope. So, like, I would use humor to make my mother pee pee on herself, quite literally. Um, and then she was always like, "You should do it. You're so good at comedy." And that I've never done it. I'm just going to take a camera, set it here, talk a bunch of shit, and keep it pushing. But in my head, it's not comedy. And then everybody's like, "No, you're a comedian." I'm like, "I don't think so." But yeah,
You
uh,
literally like Sherry Shepherd, Monique, like you literally, seriously, like you just, you it's so natural to you, like you don't, you're not even saying funny things. You're, is the way you're saying it makes it even that makes it so funny. And then when you say funny things, it's like you're ready to be on you, because it's
oh
just
God.
a different level of funny, right? I think you are such a, like a natural, like you need to tap into that again, and that is something that we're that's not encouraged really in
Yeah,
Dominica. And it's not just Dominica, it's essentially the Caribbean. We place
yeah.
so much emphasis on academia, on maths
Hmm.
and English and social
Yep.
studies and science, that things like the arts all often gets pushed to the back, and it's something that you do
Yeah.
as an extracurricular. It's not something that you can actually focus on. And because I love drama, like I could totally see myself being in theater and being
I could see you doing that.
like I produce for shows and stuff. And I remember I
Hmm.
was producing a show, and the director of the show, one of the actresses was not feeling well. And the director, she was like, well, if she doesn't show up, like Jael will just do it. And I'm like, why me? I'm producing, like, how is me? And she's like, because I know you know everything, and I know you got added.
Exactly.
And I'm
Exactly.
like, okay, so she saw that, and I could have easily stepped into that role
Hmm.
after that. But you know, we don't encourage these things.
No,
Did
we
you
don't.
feel like you were stifled to some extent? Like, because you seem, you're a musician, you're a comedian. I mean, you're not a 9 to 5er.
Mm-mm.
So
Oh my God, thank you. If you could put that on Obama so I could just tell everybody, do I look like I should work a 9 to 5? I don't. Nothing about me screams that at all, I swear. So it was hard because then, of course, in Dominica, everybody, the minute I've been wanted to always do music. Like my goal in life, Raven, I wanted to be Raven Baxter. You understand? That was what I wanted to be. I felt like I had enough attitude and sass to totally be another Raven
you could
in my
totally be
head.
Raven. You
Like,
could totally. Although somebody, they took me for Raven once when I came to Dominica. When I was
ugh.
visiting, they took me for Raven, and people were like, "Is this Raven?" I'm like, "No, it's not Raven."
And I would have said, yes, pay me.
You could totally be Raven, because you have the voice, you have the spunk, you have the energy, you have the attitude. I mean,
Oh, Lord. Yeah,
totally.
thank you. So that's what I wanted to be. I just wanted to act in a Disney Channel show and be like another Raven. But of course, you're in Dominica, so that was like a secret dream because everything else is art is not popular. And then it was me and my sisters, and obviously you would think that well, people are just like, well, you guys are good enough to like do this professionally, but then you get a bunch of people who just want to use you for your talent and not pay you, and then see the fact that your children as a way to prey on you. So you get disenfranchised by that. But I know that I've always wanted to do music, and then everybody's just like, well, you need to pick something more stable to do on the side, and you need to pick, oh, that's not stable enough, and which is why I kind of picked English, because yes, I love it, and I would love to also be a writer one day, but it's more of this is still not what I really want to do with my life. You
Mhm.
understand? I want to songwrite for people and help people find their voice. Like that's my whole. I love that. Like I think it's so amazing hearing somebody sing and being able to visualize what a music was sung like in their sound, in their everything. If I manage to get famous, okay, great. But it's really, I just want to know that I can write music for the rest of my life and then get somebody to sing it. And then if I don't, then I guess I'll sing it. But so that was kind of my thing. But I've always known I wanted to do it. It's just after a while, I just got so tired of putting it on a back burner and saying maybe when and maybe when, or I'll do this and then I'll try to grow it on the side. And I was like, nah, I want to do music. And then somebody was like, well, the person who was supposed to be trying to get me into school, he was like, well, that's not what we're looking for. Would you like to be a teacher? Do I look like I want to be a teacher? Do I?
So you
Do
you
I?
went to teach?
I did. I taught for a year. And if any of my students out here say they don't love me, they're lying. Okay? They love me. You understand? Because obviously, think of me as a teacher. Um, so yeah, I will care about you, and I will also consult the administration for you if you need me to, because that's just me. Um, but it was also hell on wheels because I had a horrible, the worst supervisor. But it gave me trauma, and I never want to teach it.
Wow. I want to ask where you taught, but I'm scared that the person might they might find out who the person is.
Man, I don't give a damn. I taught at ITSS. Honestly, it was a lovely experience. Loved the most of the teachers because I have to say most because obviously my supervisor was teacher, but I love the most of the teachers and I love the students and I feel like there's so much I get to give to students, but at the same time I really love working one on one with people. So like I feel like I would be a great vocal coach because I like catering things to you. It's the same reason why I want to see somebody, I want to hear you and then be like, I'll make a song for you, that kind of thing. Like I
Mhm.
want to see you grow and then know that I was a part of that process. So having like 20 students and 20 of them don't understand music, they're not on the same page. It's very frustrating. You understand? If I'm
Yes.
working one on one with you, it feels better for me.
Wow. So you taught and didn't care for it. Um, and then what happened after teaching for the 1 year?
Oh, during that 1 year, I was like, I'm gonna go to school, and they were like, most people say that, and then they spend like 5 years, and then they spend like 9 years, and I was like, okay. And then I didn't really say much about it. And then on the last assembly, they're like, oh yeah, Miss Penning is not coming back. And my students wanted to send shoes, and most of everybody else was like, you didn't tell us. I'm like, you all said it might have said, I'm just letting you know, no, that's not who I am. If I want something, I'm gonna get it. You understand? But yeah, so after that, I went straight into school
So you left Dominica and went where?
to Grambling State University in Louisiana
On a scholarship.
on a scholarship, not
All
assistance.
right. Why you saying like that? Like I did not say assistance. I
No,
said
no, it's not you. There's just some people I have a personal vendetta against. But it's not assistance, guys. I would know if it said assistance since I have an English degree and I can read. But it was a scholarship. Thank you. Thank you.
so can you define what a scholarship is for them? Because I feel targeted right now.
I'm so sorry. It's not
I'm
you,
like,
babe.
do I
I
know the
love you. You're
difference between
amazing.
assistance and scholarship now? I'm
And
questioning
assistance
myself.
is when you say, you know what, I need help with a portion of this, and they say, you know what, we'll assist you with that and give you a set amount, for you to go ahead and use to add with what you have. A scholarship, a fully paid scholarship, because a scholarship can also mean just a small amount, but a fully paid scholarship means they cover everything.
Okay.
So everything should be covered, or at least they'll give you a description of what it is they cover, which was for me housing, tuition, food.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to. I don't want to jump too far ahead too quickly.
Yeah, sure,
So
of course.
I want to kind of understand about how you ended up on social media because
Hmm.
your social media presence is really known for being honest. You're very insightful. What
Yeah.
really motivated you to want to share your thoughts so openly for the rest of the world?
Uh, I guess I had I've had my mother and the others telling me, you should probably like, just speak online and do things online. Don't know what, but just do something. And then I was on Facebook, and I think I recorded a couple videos just because I was bored. I'm just like, why not? I don't really have a lot of people. Um, See, and there we go. See, let's look at the comments. Assistance and scholarship are basically the same. Okay, well read right there. So
Fail
continuing.
to pay attention to the chat.
Sorry,
When
I'm not going to be
anybody
attentive.
maybe the only person that
Sorry.
anybody on that live is me, and I will put them
Sorry, I
out.
apologize. I apologize. I apologize. I'll behave. Um, so back to what I was saying before I was misbehaving. I apologize. Um, so um, so what happened was, where was
What
I?
happened was,
Where was I again?
you see how they distract you? They completely bamboozle you.
They completely distracted me.
We're talking about your social media presence and what really
Right,
motivates
social
you.
media. Oh my god, yes. And then I don't know. And then I think I had a video. I think I took it on while I was at school, which it was a big thing because I really kind of started being on Facebook, in terms of social media while I was teaching. Which of course we know the standards that they hold teachers to very unfair and ridiculous. And so
What
when
standard
I
is that? I
started,
never, never taught in Dominica.
okay,
What standard are you
got
referring
it.
to?
So let's take for example when I got interviewed with a bunch of people. It was also me. My sister was a part of that interview.
Okay.
And so we have principals of the school and some education, I guess, head or whatever. They're the panel sitting and interviewing you. Um, I am in a long sleeve blue shirt that is oversized because it was my dad's shirt, and it's buttoned to the neck with a skirt. I am the only person with a skirt with a flounce hem below my knee because I already know, and at that time I'm not even half as big as I am now. I know what they're like. My sister goes in. She's also thick, not as thick as me, but she's also thick. She's in a pants, everybody else. I'm the only person in a skirt and long sleeve. Everybody else is looking regular. They go in, they get interviewed. I come back out and I ask all of them, and they say none of them were asked this question. During my interview, I was asked, so what would you do to cover up if you had to teach students? And every single one of these people are like, oh, yes. Um, because one was saying, I teach a school of all boys, and I'd want to know, what that's going to look like when you get. I'm like, am I in an interview or are we in the 19th century where, stereotypical misogynistic views are still being held? Confused. And I'm just here confused. I'm like, am I not covered up? They're like, no, we just want to know how would you cover up when you would. I'm like, are you asking me about my wardrobe in an interview to be a teacher? When I'm dressed, all covered up. So those are the standards that teachers are held to, and it's very, you should be seen and not heard. When you're out there, you have to do everything in secret, because what if your students see you being a human being? So
So
there's
okay,
that.
I get that now. So going back to social media now, so you decided now to start being more of yourself and
Yeah,
putting that to social media.
pretty
Uh,
much.
your first video that you posted, do you remember the first video and the response you received?
I don't remember the first video. I remember like one of the first set of videos. I think that had maybe like 400 views, and I was like, oh my god.
Like
Um,
people listen to me.
Yeah, I know. I was just talking random stuff about the fact that I was on some weight loss journey and I was failing miserably. I was supposed to be on this little fast, and by day one, I had caved. I had eaten a bake and some water, and I was like, you know what? I think some people were meant to be fat, and some people were meant to be small, and I'm okay with that. So that was like the first, and then I think the biggest one I had, the one that went viral after, was my Shopbox video when they pissed me off, and that was the one. I think that one made like 12,000 views, and I was like, "Mommy," and you just scream 'cause yeah.
Oh my god, I'm laughing so hard. What was the one that probably was the most memorable for you?
The Shopbox one, because I think
So what
at the
happened? What
time.
happened to
So
make you?
then what I right. So what happened with Shopbox was at that time they were, I guess they were starting to increase their prices without letting anybody know. And then they had this thing where obviously they go pick the stuff up from the port and they give it to you. And then they started this thing where you would go, you would pay them for a piece of paper, and then you would go to the port yourself. So I'm
I
like, if right, so I'm like, if that's the case, why are we here? I can just do this myself then. Like, what am
Mhm.
I paying you for? And then you're increasing your prices, and then when I get on the port, I still have to pay somebody a secondary amount of money and all of that, and deal with all of that drama. And so I made a video just calling them out. I might have called them diners. I don't know. I said a lot of things. I said a lot of things. Never
Wow.
remember what I say. I just know I said things.
Wow.
Um, and it was memorable because, of course, that's the first time I got like, I went from getting maybe like max 1,000 views to like 12,000. So I'm like, Jesus. And then it got viral enough that the manager of Shopbox at the time saw it and commented and said, whatever about Freak Masters. And I'm like, well, I think you, so I made a secondary video saying, I think you misunderstand that even if I was saying Shopbox or Freak Masters, sorry, let me correct myself. I still have issues with both of you. So you can also get it on behalf of them too. So, yeah.
You love responding. You love your the clap back. The
I'm
clap
so
back
sorry.
come like rapidly. Like you make a video and there we can almost guarantee that maybe two or more, three more videos that will follow, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you react when people actually respond negatively to your videos? Like what because you always seem to react. What goes through
Mhm.
your mind when people negatively respond to your
Onto
videos?
my videos. A lot of times I'm going to blame my mother. You understand? It starts off with her asking me what they said, and then me responding to make her laugh, and then she's like, make it into a video, and that's how it ends up as a video. Because if you realize, I love everybody's comment. I honestly, on a regular basis, don't care, except, like I said, the whole assistant scholarship thing, because that one really, it really pissed me off. But it's more of an English thing, more of a just there's a difference in meaning, and I need you to understand that. But that's really it. On a regular, they really don't. They make me laugh, and it's sort of the fact that they make me laugh. I'm just like, if I was mad, I would probably say worse things than that. So for me, it's hilarious, and so I make videos about it, responding to what they say, because I'm like, you cannot be that ridiculous.
Wow.
Yes.
So I want to get a sense of, you know, you talk a little bit up and you brought it up a couple times, mental health.
Mhm. Mhm.
You spoke about not recognize it not being recognized in your formative years.
Mhm.
You mentioned it a couple other times.
Yeah.
Um, why do you mention it so much? And tell me about your own experience with mental health.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people, um, in Dominica, may have there's people I know, my family included, who most likely by all their behaviors and signs have things like autism or ADHD or OCD, and most definitely might have OCD. And most of that might not be diagnosed, but it affects the way you learn and how you think about things. And so a lot of times you may see a person like that, and they're very knowledgeable about one topic because they hyperfixate on it, and then they're not really knowledgeable of things they don't care to learn. And so people call them stupid in one sense and then like a genius in the other.
Mhm.
Um, and so what you get when you go to school is somebody will call you slow, which I got called a lot. Like it
You
takes a
did.
while for me to, yep, it takes a while for me to internalize things. Or you get called lazy. I got called lazy so much,
She doesn't
so
apply
much.
herself.
Thank you, thank you.
That is
And
the
a
term
lot of
they
times, exactly. And a lot of times it's not that these students do not apply themselves. Their brain just quite literally functions differently and is wired differently than a neurotypical or a regular person. And
Mhm.
so what we do is in Dominica, sure, you have to learn to move past it. You'll make jokes about the pain, you'll keep pushing, use your trauma to motivate you. but we don't have anything to test that and see what's wrong with you, what's right with you, you know. And so it tends to affect you. So I thought I'm just like, well, I guess I'm not as smart as everybody, or I used to be smart and I'm cool now. It's just I didn't figure out how I learned. And then when I did figure out how I learned, by the time I did, I was already in university, like maybe some years into university. So, you know,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay, so that's good to know. Did you ever get help for your mental health? Like, did you ever like get therapy? Did you ever, or how did you like really recognize? Because again, a lot of people are going through this
Yeah.
life, not even
Mhm.
realizing that they have an issue. And yeah, when did you
So,
really recognize?
I mean, I've always known that I have several issues. You can see them. But no, I know that when I've spoken to people and like I ask questions like, how do you learn? And like, oh, how do you rationalize even something simple like jealousy was something I would constantly ask my friends, and they probably be like, what is wrong with you? Like, how does jealousy feel? Because I don't know how to compute the emotion, and so
Really?
no, because I don't see what I could. Generally, I don't see what I could
And,
have.
and, and
What
I
kind
and
of
I, you know what? Honestly, like talking to you, and even how you talk about your siblings, and how it's okay for you to like, it's so natural for you to put them on a pedestal. Yes, they're your siblings, and you
Mhm,
obviously love your siblings,
mhm.
but you're okay saying, she's better than me, and
Yeah.
you're so okay about saying, I okay being the second child. I'm okay. Like
Mhm.
you don't need any extra light on you, So
Yeah.
when you say now, when you say this, I can like listening back to the
Mhm.
initial conversation, I understand where you're coming from now because so you essentially don't you're unable to feel the emotions or of jealousy.
Yeah, or maybe in a strong sense. I can wish I had something, but never to the point where I would want to destroy you for it or I would be consumed. So, like, jealousy is not a thing that I generally feel. And
Mhm.
so I would constantly ask them, describe to me how it feels because I'm trying to see if I've ever felt it to the degree, or when they're talking about like you're with your boyfriend and I'm so jealous that, and in my head, I'm just like, if he chose me, there's nothing to be jealous about. It's just if I find out he's not being faithful or whatever, all right, deuces. That's just, for me, that's logical. And then for them, they're like, no, so you never get jealous. And then people have told me, oh, you've never been in love because you never get jealous. I'm like, what is there to be jealous of? If you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, you don't like me anymore. Okay. Like, so it's not
Mm.
a feeling that I compute. So like things like that, from them, like there must be something different about you because people with, let's just use, for example, people with autism, a lot of times struggle to compute emotion, so or
Mhm.
certain emotions, and when it's on the bad end of the spectrum, or not the bad but the extreme end of the spectrum, then they have to be taught how to emote.
Mhm.
So I'm just like, okay, things like that will let me know that, well, maybe I don't learn like everybody else, or the fact that I take so long. If I have to learn, you have to give me step one, break down step one in 5 steps. You can't miss anything or else I'm lost. But when I get it, I can then take it and teach it to anybody. Like, doesn't matter how you figure it out, my brain can figure out how to make you understand it. So I'm like, okay, I know I'm different. Yeah.
Yes. And that comes brings me to your love for music, and you deciding that you were going to study it at a
Mhm.
university level.
Yeah.
What made you want to do music at a university? Like, I mean, you first of all, you clear. I mean, you kind of answered the question because you
Mhm.
really want to teach people. You want to be able to
Mhm.
teach people how to do this that way and make
Mhm.
music for people to sing.
Yeah.
But when did you get that aha moment that hey, I am going to study and that is exactly what I'm going to go study, even if I know there's a very likeliness that I will come back to Dominica and I might not get a job. I might have to go and
Yep.
sing. Continue to sing in church every Sunday, and I probably still will
Mhm.
not get paid for it.
Yep.
Why did you decide that that was what you were going to? Because when you mentioned having a scholarship, I mean, for me, the
Mhm.
understanding of a scholarship, at least from the Dominica's
Yeah.
uh, perspective, is the
Yeah.
expectation is that if the government
Mhm.
pays for you to go to study, that you come
Yep.
back and serve your country. That is
Mhm.
the expectation, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so. going to study music, the expectation is to come back to Dominica to
Yeah, I'm
study
guessing.
to to do music. Why
Yeah.
music?
Okay, so I guess it's a two-part answer. One with the expectation and the reason why I chose to. So the reason why I chose to was I quite literally couldn't imagine doing anything else, but I knew I wanted to study. And then at the same time too, I was looking at ways for me to get break into the music industry. And one of the ways to break into the music industry because you learn all the people, a lot of people who've gone to school for this and do this professionally, they had to go to school first. It's where you get your connections. It's where you get to know. So it's more of like a thing of, okay, I'm gonna go to school, and then I would have met the next Beyonce, and we'd be working together in the future. That's how you get your connections. Um, that's how you get noticed a lot of times, especially when you come from the Caribbean where it's not that easy to get noticed. Going out and going to school and people actually seeing you, a lot of times they'll be like, oh my God, I have this gig I want you to do, I have this thing I want you to do. And that's how you get into that. So it was, that was the way I got into. So for me, that was an entry level into what I want to do for the rest of my life. And then I know that if I want to write music, I can't just be here. Well, I write a couple lyrics and I don't understand music to the extent that you would when you go to school for it. Turns out I needed so much training because I even breathed wrong. So, like, I was even breathing wrong. Yeah, so the placement, of where you breathe and all of those stuff, those are things that I learned a lot of over the last 5 years. And then to compete with in the States and places like that, these people go to school for music since they are children. I didn't have that kind of, you know, technical background. And so going to school and having to compete with these people, and a lot of times competing against people who have gone to school for years in things like competitions and awards and winning, those things were beautiful. And that was an opportunity I wouldn't have had back home ever.
Wow. Tell us about those
Yeah.
opportunities that, I mean, you can't open it and you can't. Hello, we want to know.
I think the most recent one, which was this, not this, last summer. So last summer, right before I graduated school, um, I took part in the NATS or NASM, which is the National Teachers of Singing. So around America, teachers who teach, music, they have this whole organization and it's nationwide. And so they had the national performances, which is basically you compete at the local level, you win in the local level, you compete at the regional level, um, you win there. No, I'm lying. You complete at the local level, you win there, and then you submit your videos and all of that stuff um, for you to be reviewed so you can compete at the national level. In my category, I competed at the national level in commercial music and I won. So, just, you know, it means out of a lot of people who are a lot of times are only American, like, as a Dominican representing Dominica on a stage where, I was judged by people who have helped people win Grammys and they go all over the world and teach singing and they judged, their their professors at Princeton and Harvard and all these things that when you get to those places, you know, those are not things that Dominica has to offer or the Caribbean even has to offer. Because then you would meet, because oh my God, I met the professor from Princeton after, and she was like, oh my God, that was so amazing, blah, blah, blah. And even if you're the only one, I was the only one in my category at the time, doesn't mean you're going to win first place. These people are not like here, oh, you're the only one, you get the, no, I could have easily not placed. They will not
What
give
was
it
your
to you.
performance like? What you think set you apart? Like what
Um,
set you apart on, I mean, for one, you're one out of thousands, you're coming from the Caribbean, like you say.
yeah.
What do you think set you apart?
I think a lot of times it has everything to do with one, they judge technical things, so your breathing, your placement of your music, um, and then a lot of times too, it comes down to your singular style. How you act when you're on stage. Do you use the entire stage? Are you comfortable holding a mic? Have you made the song your own? Because they don't want to hear you just recreate whatever singer you're singing. And
Mm-hmm.
then if you're doing that, do you sort through your notes? Like how do you body your low tones? How do you body your mid tones? Are you breathy? All of those technical things are things you constantly have to think of while you're up there. And then you still need to put on a show. I still need to connect to my audience. I still need to make them feel like they were a part of a concert while you're doing it. So these are the reasons you kind of, you win. And then they'll give you feedback a lot of times after.
What did you sing?
Um, I sang Simply the Best by Tina Turner.
Mm. What sort of like what style of or a genre do you like gravitate towards?
I think voice wise and tone wise, what my voice generally sounds best in is either theater, like musicals, and
Really?
jazz. Definitely
Really?
jazz.
Do something for us from I just put you on the
Oh
spot.
Lord.
You know, I
Um.
do something for us for theater because you know I
Oh
love.
Jesus. Theater. Let's see. I may not be. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Um. Ooh, I'm trying to think. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's see. So there's Barbara Streisand, from Funny Girl. Uh, the Don't Rain on
Yes,
My Parade.
yes.
Um, Jesus. How does this start again? I'm nervous and I am forgetting how it started.
I,
Uh,
I can't sing.
no, ma'am, that's not what you're supposed to say. Let's see. Ah, why can't I remember this? I get nervous and I lose everything.
Was nervous, eh?
I am. Because then I'm just like, what? I'm thinking this.
I must
Uh,
go often, man. Look at how you just.
no. I also kind of deal with compliments. I cannot
You
at
know what you
all. Yeah.
because I noticed when I complimented you, you're just like
Yeah, I cannot do compliments. I cannot at all. Oh my
no.
god.
Why is that?
Uh, I don't know. I really don't know. Like I can take a diss very quickly. Like it will make me laugh. Like I don't know what compliments is not my thing.
People are
Like you
saying
can tell me.
sing to us, and then
Yeah.
some
Okay.
Jollof Rice is saying it's okay. She's vulnerable. LOL.
Okay. Okay. Let me start. Let me start. Let me start. I got the words. Don't tell me not to live. Just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to fly. I've simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you. Who told you you're allowed to rain on my parade? I march my band out. I'll beat my drum. And when I'm fanned out, your turn at bat, sir. I guess I didn't make it. We'll have some. At least I didn't fake it. But rather I'm the rose of sharp affection, a freckle on the nose of life's complexion, the cinder of a shiny apple of its eye. I gotta fly once, I gotta try once, so we can die once, right, sir? Oh, life is juicy, juicy, and you see, I gotta have my bite, sir. Okay.
Patat! You gonna make Meta block my phone. You gonna make Meta block me. Listen, you going to make Meta block me today there. Look at how they're gonna make Meta capture me there. They're gonna put me in Facebook jail. Oh my god,
No,
this is amazing.
thank you.
This was amazing. Oh my god! It's so good.
Thank you.
Oh my, you talk a lot online. So anybody could
Mhm.
say, oh, she's a this, she talks, she did.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're genuinely talented.
Thank you. I think
Go take the compliment.
I
Take a
tried it. It's hard. If I was a white girl, I would be blushing.
Oh my god. I want to go to the comment section because
Yeah.
we're gonna talk. I want to go to the comments and then I want to take a
Yeah.
break. We want to
Mhm.
talk a little bit about something drastically happened to you, while
Mhm.
at university. And we cannot not talk
Yeah.
about it because it's
Yeah.
something that you vocalize, it's something that you owned, and something that you didn't
Yeah.
care you speak up about it.
Mhm.
But you're so good. I mean, this is a
Thank
perfect.
you.
I'm like completely like blown away. Completely
Thank
blown
you.
away. OMG, you are amazing. Oh my God. Like,
Thank you.
you really, like, when you say you go for music, I thinking, you play an instrument, you playing, I know you sing, like, you are
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank
Like,
you.
jeez. All right, let's go to the comment section. Folks are
Yeah.
commenting. Colette is saying her personality naturally theatrical, so it's fitting and natural. Oh my God! Somebody says your voice is so. Immersia is saying your voice is so different. Your voice different
And
from.
my speaking voice different.
No,
Yeah, they kind of have to be.
I shocked me because I was hoping it was proper English, and I'm like, wait, I know what this is saying, but my brain is not burning right now. Like, oh my God, yes,
I
your speaking voice is different from your singing
understand.
voice.
Yeah, it is.
Melta is saying Dominica is too small for her. Like, period. Kishma is saying Dominica is too small for you. Period. Per.
Oh no.
Henry is saying she could be such a good Broadway singer. People are just blown away. Phil, like, Claudia role, amazing. Like, folks are just like, well, Dominica don't have what is it? Don't have nowhere for you. Oh my God, you are so amazing. Let's see, we have more comments coming. Somebody is saying natural at its finest, she deserves to be on Broadway. Who's that? Ian Doctor of Valda. Valda is saying, has she organizing a show, a workshop for kids? Something, you're naturally gifted. Do something with that horn, as small as it may be. Like, let me tell you, like, there's an opportunity for put on a show, put on a freaking show. You need a producer? I'll produce the show. Like, hello, like, you're amazing. And you could literally do a one-man stand-up comedy show and intertwine that with theater. Like, bring
Oh my
in
God.
songs that telling you, feeling your emotions. Like, I can just see it. I'm seeing it already. We'll talk off. We'll take that conversation off.
Yeah.
Somebody saying, Phil, I'm so proud of you, girl. Much love. People
Thank
are
you.
definitely like shouting your praises. And like the comments are just rolling in. Damn, yes, good idea, Jael. She's so talented. Like Pendenque and Jael, like blessings to you. Good evening to you, Daniel. People are just like blown away by your voice. Kenny Joseph, damn, yes, Colette says it's a good idea. Like literally, I see it already happening. I see what you could do. She needs to marry a white man up there.
Amen. That part.
Somebody
That
says
part.
she needs to marry a white man. She can stay
And
down
that
her.
person had my good interest at heart, and I really like them. Whoever you are, you need to be the best man at my wedding. Yeah.
We're gonna take a break, guys. We're here with Philsha. We need to pay some bills because it's timing is
Amen.
hello. We need to pay some bills, right?
Yeah.
And when we come back, we're gonna be talking about what broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
We're coming back
Yeah.
right
That part.
after this. So stay tuned, guys. We're here with Phil and we're enjoying the vibes. We're coming back right after this.
NCCU, your community financial partner, brings to you Beyond the Mortgage.
Affordable rates, affordable price. NCCU, everything nice. Go do a course, go take a trip. Beyond the mortgage, 246. You take the mortgage already. Don't make your pocket go empty. Beyond the mortgage, NCCU will keep you steady. You need to buy a new fridge. You want to purchase a settee. Get rid of medical bills and invest in the green energy. Beyond the mortgage, beyond the mortgage, beyond the mortgage. Everything nice. Beyond the mortgage, beyond the mortgage, beyond the mortgage. NCCU for life. 246, yes, 246. Wow, 246.
Beyond the Mortgage, 2% savings, 4% retirement solutions, loans available at 6%, and our special BTM line of credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
I love the Kalinago territory, I love the Kalinago people, and I really embrace my culture.
How the hell do we expect to survive as a communal society in a capitalist system?
We need to teach that history that have not been taught.
All right, guys, we're back. We're getting back and we're getting ready. I want to big up my sponsors again one time. Thank you very much for your support. Without you, this could not be possible. I'm utterly grateful. Of course, you can support the movement yourself. And if you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, you can jump on and let us know at any time that you'd like to show your support, whether you'd like to come and advertise your business or you'd like to support all of the contact information above. We're talking to Phil Charles. And next week, I just want to remind you guys that we have the Kalinago Chief will be on. So Anna will be on next week, Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. I'm looking forward to that. So let's bring back on Phil, who is here with us. You say hi, so I'm making sure I hear you. Hi. Okay, your audio went off. We lost you on audio. Your audio went off. I don't know what you want to do, but your audio went off. Let's let's try that again. Let's try that again. You hear me okay though, right? Okay, she said, wait. I understand. I can read lips. I doesn't hear, but I read the lips. All right, just to go back into still not hearing you. The second I can hear you, I'll let you know I can hear you. But just to go back to the chat, folks commenting. Somebody says start a GoFundMe for her. Oh my god, she has so much talent. Someone says Chile is sounding nice on that song. Yes. Folks are commenting. Drop off and come back on. That's what might be. Wait, did you mute yourself? Hello, you there? Say something. Okay, probably drop off and come back on. That might be the easiest thing to do. Sometimes when you answer calls or it cuts off the audio, especially when you're locked in from a phone. So drop off and just come back on, and that should reset it and it should do it. It should do the job. All right. You drop it off? All right. So guys, just want to remind you guys that you can take advantage of the promotion that's going on right now at the National Cooperative Credit Union. You can purchase shares today. 2 or more shares get you entered into a draw for a grand prize draw, and that's how we really support our community financial institution. That's the National Cooperative Credit Union. And also, you know what, we're on the cusp of the season, and a lot of folks are probably wondering, when they come down, what should they drink? Make sure you go get a Caribbean. If you're visiting Dominica, you need to get a Caribbean. So Caribbean is like our national drink right about now, right? Everywhere I turn, I see Caribbean rose everywhere. So make sure you check out and you drink a Caribbean. If we're not drinking tequila, we're drinking Caribbean. Period. That's how it is. And also check out Astafans, right place, right price, located in the heart of Roseau. You can't miss them. You can get the you could stop in there for all of your grocery needs, whether you're looking to purchase groceries or actually visit them upstairs in the clothing department. So let's see if Phil is back. Yeah. Say hi.
I'm back. Are we good? Hi.
We good.
Oh,
We good.
yeah.
We good. We good.
It was.
We're back and we're ready and we're grooving and we good to go. So before the break, before we went to pay some bills and drink some water and take a little refreshment and pee a little bit and all of that good stuff, we spoke about you being being a theatrical singer. I mean, for crying out loud, you can do these things. You graduated. Tell me a little bit about your process, because it seemed to me that at some point in your journey there was, I don't know if there was a breakdown in communication, a breakdown in the system, there was a bit of a breakdown that kind of really set you off. Can you share what happened? What happened? I mean, be very brief because I think you gave us a lot of detail, and I'll encourage folks to go watch the full video. So just
Yeah,
be
for
very
sure.
brief and kind of just give us a synopsis of what happened. And because I kind of, and I'm asking this not even because I really care for the clout or I care for, because
Hmm.
neither here nor there for me, because I think
Yeah.
you are a crazy talented individual, and this was
Hmm.
just, this is a minor, it's not even the potholes in Dominica, it's a minor road bump, right?
Hmm.
So many more things to come for you, but
Yeah,
I think now in your life this has kind of put your life at a standstill.
it has.
We cannot go forward without bringing it
Hmm.
up. 'Cause to be quite honest, I would
That's
have
true.
preferred not to even bring it up because I was hoping to come on
Yeah.
here and be like, "Yeah, so she leaving on the plane next week because she's about to go back to the
That
States,"
would be so beautiful.
right? So but that's not the case right now.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
So tell me a little bit about what happened and when did that happen. Share with us a little bit about your experience with not being able to fully complete in a way, like there was a break in
Yeah.
in your education.
Yeah, in my education. Brief synopsis. Uh, so there's been a whole back and forth with the school, and the first time that I ever made a video, if you remember the first, right, the first ever viral run, it was because housing was threatening to kick us off maybe for like 4 semesters. Every semester that we come to school, they threaten to kick us off because we're not paid and we have to go sign promissory notes. And you get really tired of that, especially because that time they really meant business. School was starting and it was coming up to the point and there were no answers. And then we had to go see like the president at the time and the vice president of student affairs, and they were the ones who pulled scholarships out of thin air for us and made scholarships basically for international students to be able to stay at school. And then again too, because I am in music, it's a very hectic schedule, and I don't think people understand how hectic it is. It's hectic to the point where a lot of places on campus didn't like hiring, music students because that or students who do choir because choir is super busy and we're all over the place. So the fact that I have a scholarship and it has to be used against my account. I don't have access to that money, which is supposed to help me survive because I don't at the time I'm trying to hold on 20 jobs, and do it all. But, that's what's helping you survive. And I can't have access to that. And the school is kicking me out because housing is saying it's not going to be paid. That just drove me up the wall because I'm supposed to be registering. We already registering late for school. And when you come there, they're like, well, you know what? If you don't pay this or pay that, you could get kicked out. So
So
that was
where
the
was that? You mentioned at the start that I had a full scholarship. So
hmm
that was essentially when you say housing wasn't getting their monies,
hmm
you're referring to the fact that the administration wasn't sending the monies through to get to clear so that you're able to
exactly.
register. That's what you're referring to, just to be clear.
Yes.
Because
So
not everybody might know the story. Not everybody
yeah,
knows,
got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the powers that be did not release, well, not only did not release funds, they were not in communication with these people. These people would call and text, as in the financial department would call and
Mhm.
text them, and they would have no response. They would ghost them, maybe not speak to them for like a year, 2 years at a time. And they're sending emails and stuff. They're asking us at some point to talk to our people because they're not getting into contact with them. Um,
How
and
did
then
that
they
make
do.
you feel?
I would say, in the words of the assistant financial head at that time, it's a shame that your country would drop off its students in a country completely new to them and just leave them out to dry. That's how that made me feel.
You felt like you were left out to dry.
Pretty much, because then you're left on your own. Because when they basically, if you're not paid and the school kicks you out, you have no legal right to be in the U.S. Everything stops. I don't even have money to get myself a ticket back home.
Wow. So, I mean, I'm trying to I'm trying to understand, and I mean,
Hmm.
I understand your situation,
Yeah.
but some might say we only heard your voice.
Hmm. Hmm.
Why was it only why only you? Because some people can say, well, she she alone that is like she alone that seemed like she was feeling it,
Yep.
like
Hmm. Hmm.
because
Hmm.
I mean, and there are people who strongly believe that
Yeah.
you were being over, you're over
Of
exaggerating,
course.
like
Of course.
you were
Yes.
talking, you were, it was politically driven, like people had everything to say.
Of course.
Why were you the only one talking?
Because the others were afraid to speak out for victimization, for fear
When
of
you,
victimization. They
but
were
isn't that
afraid that if
already, aren't you in a victimization situation though, like at this
right
present moment?
now, yeah, because again, like I said, it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. It's not going to get paid either way, but at least be quiet so hopefully maybe you'll get paid.
Hmm. So what happened? Like, well, how were you able to complete? Like, what happened? Like, did you eventually
So
get?
yeah, like I said, well, I still don't have my diploma and I cannot get it. But
Wait, wait,
like
wait,
I
wait,
said,
wait, wait. So you completed university, your undergrad, but you don't have a diploma.
you know, and I will not get it unless my fees are paid.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That is, I felt like you say that,
Hmm.
but like I didn't know that part of it.
Yeah.
So now for me, it's just like I kind of try and put myself in your position because not too long ago I did my undergrad and completed. I mean,
Ooh.
I also completed my master's as well, like back to
As you
back.
should. As you
But
should, which is good.
I just cannot imagine not getting my diploma. Like I got like a freaking digital copy. I got the hard copy because I
Hmm.
mean it's like your blood, sweat, and tears
Exactly.
on paper. You know, it's
Exactly.
like your either when they tell you that's just I say papier. You know,
Oh, you
like
understand?
so what? How long ago was that? Phil,
So I was supposed to walk the stage in December.
December gone.
Mhm. And I officially graduated or finished completed my degree in summer, which they don't pay for, by the way. They don't pay summers. So your girl had to go walk and do what she had to do to make sure that I got scholarships to cover me for the summer semester.
Yeah, I know that is usually a thing with scholarships.
Hmm.
Usually don't pay for
They don't.
summer
They don't pay for it.
because
Yeah.
so even with me, I did when I was doing my degree, I wanted to finish quickly,
Hmm.
and I
Hmm.
got scholarship so I could pay for it. So that's what I
Hmm.
did. I got
Yeah.
scholarship. So because I was like, I want to be done. I don't care.
Hmm.
Besides the fact I was doing
Exactly.
sometimes 6 and 7 courses. Oh, Jesus,
Hmm. Baby.
right? In order to finish. So I understand what you're saying when you say, you summertime is on your time.
Yep.
So you completed your degree after how many years?
5.
So after 5 years, you complete your degree
Yeah.
and you've not been able to access your diploma.
Nope.
How do you feel about that? Like be honest with us. Like how does that make you feel right now?
It would be criminal to say how it makes me feel, if that makes sense to you. Criminal activities is how I feel. You understand?
Wow.
So it's just
Are there other students like you?
there are, of course, there's always a couple more students like you who don't get paid. But as of recently, I don't know if that was a ploy or a move or whatever that was. Um, they apparently cleared some students. I was not among those listed because, of course, I
So you
spoke
think
out.
because you spoke out, I would think
Oh,
if I speak out that people will do things. Like I don't.
mm-mm. And I was told by people who are close to our current administration that they don't like being backed into a corner. So me speaking out is come like suicide. So
But that
I
is
should have
your
never said
life,
anything.
boo. Like that's your life. Like
They
how?
realized I would have been in the second semester of my master's right now
So you also got accepted to do your masters,
at the University of Mississippi.
and your masters would entail what? What exactly were you going to?
So I was going to continue. Well, it was going to be focused on vocal performance, of course, but in the classical field. So, I mean, I have to do classical. It's kind of like we don't have a choice. So I've done it all 5 years of school. I was just going to continue
You were
doing
gonna
it.
do classical.
That's what I was going to
You
do.
damn good with too. Eh, eh. So
Yes.
right now, presently, what is going on with you? What are you doing?
So I have, because I pushed back they've had a rule. So I had a position lined up, of course, whole TA position and scholarships and all of that stuff. Um, but I was supposed to, I deferred for a semester, and they were like, you can't defer for a year. If you defer again, you're going to have to start the entire process again next semester, and we would actually want you to come audition in person. And interestingly enough, when I auditioned this time, I auditioned through video and I was accepted. I'm here and I'm not legal to be in the States anymore, so I cannot audition in person during the summer. So I quite literally have just given up the entire thing. It's done.
No, you cannot give up. We're going to fix this. Okay, we're going to fix this. We're gonna put on a show, Phil. We're gonna put on a show and we're gonna raise the damn funds so you can pay off whatever needs to be paid off. I feel horrible. Like I cannot imagine, like, like
Yeah, yeah. You know, the bouts of depression, I refuse to let them take me. So there's that. A lot of prayer, and a lot of mental management has been going into this entire year has been
oh,
a
sorry, I'm
shit
really like
year. It's
really.
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I cannot
Um,
imagine like not having my diploma. Like I would
yeah.
just feel like like all of this work for what? It's like and then not being like feeling like you're stuck and oh
Yep.
my god, like I didn't think this would hit me that way.
It's
Like
okay.
no, it's not okay. It is not
Well,
okay.
it's not okay. It is not okay. But it's either that or bawl my eyes out every day. So, and I refuse to make grown people make me cry. So, yeah,
Do you regret speaking out?
never, never. I would never regret speaking out. And if I have to be made an example of so that it doesn't happen to somebody else, I've made my peace with that and I'm okay with it. Um, I think people don't get that for me. I would rather be targeted than have somebody else who may not be as well, up there as me. Because for a lot of people, like that would be a break. Like you see, you understand. For a lot of people, that would be hard to know that you had a dream and you had to give it up and you worked so hard for it and all your plans are kiboshed and you have no idea what's next. I would rather it be me than it be somebody else who would take that shit so hard they could possibly end their life or some shit like that. So I don't regret it. No.
Wow, this is a lot. Like, I mean, I've listened to your videos, but I don't go in depth,
Yeah.
I tend to pick out the comedic parts because you're so
Of course.
funny and. But this is a serious situation. I mean, obviously, I heard about the
Yes.
circumstance
Hmm.
because I'm privy to it, but I tend to
Yeah.
not. I'm not somebody that's politics and me. Like I'm all about people. I don't give a shit for politics. Like I'm
Thank
not a
you.
so I try to stay away from all of that
Yeah.
talk and all of that he
Yeah.
say she say what side I
Hmm.
could care
Yeah.
like I don't care about the sides. I just want
Hmm.
who regardless of who somebody is, I believe that we should
Yeah.
help them. If we make if we promise something, we should fulfill what we promise regardless of who the person is, regardless of what the how they feel. Like
Hmm.
your my word is my bond, and offering a scholarship is a bond. It
It
is a
is.
bond. You've said that
Hmm.
hi, I'm going to do this for you. So
Yeah.
I feel like I feel privileged in a sense because I didn't have to go through this
Hmm.
being a dual citizen of a different country,
Yeah.
and I
Hmm.
was able to tap into other resources. But I cannot imagine like people like who I consider my home people like yourself, like going through this, and not being able to say anything or feeling like they cannot say anything. So we're gonna change it. We need to talk offline.
Yeah.
We're gonna change that. I will use my platform to help you put on a show. If you don't, we
I am
put it on
definitely
the
going.
show,
See?
and we're going
Right.
to raise money to pay off what is due. And if you're on my live and you're down and you will support, let us know that you will support, because I cannot imagine your voice is so like you are
Thank you.
like how can we deprive you of that, it's just no. We're going to fix this. Happy thoughts now. We're going to
Happy
fix
thoughts.
it,
Happy thoughts.
and we're going to you see me, I like to help myself. Those who can't, like, I help we helping ourselves. Okay, we're gonna help ourselves. I will utilize my platform, and we'll sell tickets if we have to. We will do what we need to do. We'll put it we'll stream it if we have to, and people pay a subscription. We gonna figure this shit out, because you are September. We want you to go in and do your masters. Okay, we need you, even if you don't come back right away, Phil. But I feel like just having you out there represent. I mean, look at what we did with Thea Lafon. Dominica did with her. And how when we have a voice like you and you're winning big competitions, like how we cannot not like. But what story that no? Like we need to fix that, right? We need to fix that. So we're moving along. We're moving on, because we're going to fix this. We're going to have a conversation. And I'm glad we spoke, because I would not like. I didn't think it would have hit me like this, because I'm just like, she's a joker, she's a comedian. We come in here to laugh, and caca. But it's everything but a laughing matter. We have to set jokes aside when we have to set jokes aside, and we have to talk about serious. And this is essentially your future, and you're back now in Dominica. What are you doing right now?
Currently backing up in Moscow. That's it.
So you're backing up Mascam, like for Calypso.
Mhm.
Okay. So you're not gainfully employed right now.
No. Try to be. No. Yeah, no. Yeah, that part.
We,
That
we
part.
we need to do something. We need to do something. You are talented. We need to do something, because September, we need you back in school. We need you to complete your degree, your masters. We need to see you on freaking Broadway. And let's story that now we have a Dominican that can sing like that. And I know you guys singing since you're small, so you can sing. It's not like you can. So we need to fix this. We're gonna fix this. All right. We need to fix this. We're moving along.
Move along.
Beyond who you are as a personality,
Of course.
that public persona, what would you say people might not know about you?
Oh my God. I think people think, a lot of people, it's very common that people think because I'm opinionated and, I tend to be really loud on social media, that I like to party, and I'm, just a kind of, when I'm in a room that I'm loud. And so when they meet me outside, they get very like, you've met me outside. They get very just
Mhm.
like,
You are
not the
so
same.
shy. I was just like, how she shy? You're covering your head like so, and you had this nice little outfit and a little your breastises were like, she was looking good. The girl was looking good. The girl and the girls were looking good, and
Thank you. Thank you.
you were also shy and everything.
Because I don't
Like,
know how to say
bro,
compliments. I don't know how to say compliments, but I think people expect me to be this, yes, girl. And like, I have to get to know you. And like, it has to be like, if I'm in front of a camera, it's like in my brain, it's like, okay, this is what we're here to do, and da 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 da. Like, I can get down. But when you meet me, it's not like I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm gonna make you laugh instantly. You get in here, get these jokes, come get it. It's not. That's not. I think people are just like, she not who she is, and yeah, because it's a persona. It's a persona. Yeah, that's it.
he definitely is a persona. That is
Yeah.
wonderful to know. Um, like I want to ask you like this
Mhm.
the stupidest question, but it's
Go
such a
ahead.
ridiculous question. No, it's a
And
question that I can't even ask you, because you right now your life, it feels like your life is at a standstill. So
no, you can
yeah,
ask. I don't care.
you have dreams, and I believe you have
Uh,
goals and stuff. Like,
yeah,
where
yeah.
do you see yourself in the next like 5 years?
5 years, hopefully, I will have my tiny house because I'm obsessed, or I will be
Me
living in a camper
too.
van.
Oh my god! I follow, like I follow all tiny houses. What is that a thick girl thing that we love tiny
Yes,
homes?
yes, I think it's a big girl thing.
Oh my god, I
Yes,
love today I was telling a friend of mine I'm obsessed with tiny homes. And the friend
obsessed.
I was talking to is like super tall, and they're like, dude, I would not be able
Mhm.
to live in a tiny home.
And
Like
they
I would
can,
be
they just
outside
don't
of your
know.
home.
They,
Like I'm
they can. You know, your tiny house can look however you want it to look.
hello.
Yes,
Mhm.
so before I settle in my tiny home, I definitely want to like live in a camper van. I've always had this dream of like traveling everywhere, maybe the States or like Europe, me living in my camper van and living my best, artistic hobo hippie life. So if I'm not there in 5 years, catch me rolling on the ground outside with my hat outside of my body crying. So that's, short term goals.
Broadway, Broadway.
Broadway definitely might be a thing that I do for other people. I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of my friends, like even back like in the States and stuff, are just like, oh my god, if you're not on Broadway, we're going to kill you. And so while the idea of doing a show every night is terrifying to me because I'm just like, what if something goes wrong? I really would actually like to do Broadway for a little bit, you know. Yeah.
Yes. I already have an idea. Oh my god. Like I cannot wait for this interview to be over so I can tell you about my idea. That's why I thrive on this. You give me an idea, a light bulb goes off and I'm ready to explode. And that's the type of person
Oh.
I take it and I run. I run. Right. That's why I've managed to be an entrepreneur since 2013,
That makes
where
sense.
I take everything and I run. So I want this for you. I believe in this for you. And if you want it for yourself, we're gonna get it. All right, we're
Yes.
gonna get it. Some folks are on the live and they're like, I want to bring them on because I know a lot of folks
Mhm.
we're about that time where we're wrapping up, and
Yep.
a lot of folks are communicating, they're
Mhm.
sharing their thoughts, they're sharing some of the
Mhm.
things that they love about you, they like about you, whether or not they want to help or they don't want to help, and
Mhm.
and I want to just bring in some of their comments. Let me just grab some of their
Yeah.
comments. Somebody says, "Oh, can we hear her sing before the show ends?" Tongues. They want to hear tongues. So start thinking of a song that you could. I feel like we got theater, so we'll get a little jazz. We get a little jazz.
Okay, I can do that. Jazz is easy for me. Okay.
Think of something still, and you'll give that to us before we end.
Okay. Okay.
Gregory Simply saying, "Young lady, you're a strong woman, and so many in Texas, and like JL, will rally around you. And remember, and and the rest, and remember, fear is your worst enemy, girl. We gon' don't you worry about that." Somebody was saying, "Guys, I want positive comments. I don't want no negative comments. We talk about the bad already, and now we on to I'm solutions driven.
And
We've identified
American.
the problem. Let us move to the solution. All right.
All right.
Somebody says I had my era of obsession with tiny houses. Colin, you're a girl of our own heart. Listen,
I know.
obsessed much
Obsessed.
with tiny homes. Somebody say I'm for that and the 3 minute song too. They want a 3 minute? No. Only on Facebook too. Only on Facebook to shut me down. Oh yeah, now
You
Mamselle singing.
understand?
Mamselle singing like a professional. They're going to think it's the artist that's singing on my show. And 10 to 1, they're going to block me. Or they're going to start in we sharing
Money.
revenue
Oh
with
Lord.
with Barbara Streisand and the me money stuff with me. Oh, for my whole life to end up in Barbara Streisand pockets. No,
You
she will sing for
understand?
herself and then she said that is it. All right.
Yes.
Bon. Somebody says you got this. So Anne is saying you got this. Everything will work out for you. Stay strong. And
Hi,
the money making voice. So that's Anne
Hi,
saying.
Pocahontas.
Carla is saying, bring it on, Jael. We are ready to support. Who job bless no man, because she's still so talented. I told you my
Whoop,
gang
whoop.
gang is here at the
Yep.
rally, and we're gonna get this done for you. So you are back in
Yep.
school in
That's
September. You
great.
have to put in the work too. Somebody says you got this, girl. The strength you carry is more than you can imagine. You're gonna get through this. God is always with you, always, hon.
Thank
So these
you.
are some of the comments that folks are sharing on the live. A lot of folks are there. They're very happy with you. I feel people are so excited. I mean, I've always like just love your
Oh,
the fun side of you. And this is where I'd like to remain. I like to remain in the fun side of you.
of course,
If
of
you had
course.
to think of, what would be your go-to song when you need a little pick me up?
Oh, go to someone I need to pick me up. It's always going to be something African. Always something good. Yes, yes, yes. You understand? My
Really?
waist was meant for African music.
Like what song exactly would be that pick me up song?
Um, it could be Jira, You Are Enough by Limo Blaze. Love that song. Like when you're in your like a more worshipful mood. And then on a flip side, I can totally do Ozema. You know, like it's so fast paced. Just yeah.
Wow. If you had to perform with somebody, or if you
Mhm.
had to train someone, or coach someone, a musical genius, or somebody who's a musician,
Oh,
or
oh
who would you, who
God.
would
I think I wouldn't. It wouldn't even be trained. I just would want to be around her and have her give me advice. Probably Ella Fitzgerald.
really?
Are you crazy? This woman had perfect pitch. She could sound like all the instruments she wanted to. She was thick, a thick, dark skinned queen. She was non problematic, but she also, like if she had something to say, she'd say it. Just, yeah,
Wow,
Ella.
that is wonderful. And how about if you had to have dinner with any historical figure? Who would it be, and
Ooh,
what would
ooh,
you say to them?
who would it be and why? Okay, let's think. I think it would probably be like, I haven't really thought about this. But I think if I really had to have like, who was it that pulled? It would probably be some like Egyptian somebody, or like some African, like one of the African generals, like the female generals. Just like, how do you get to that point where screw everybody else? I want to know the things that you've learned. Like I want to know like what goes through your head when you're out here conquering men, because that's my life's goal. What goes through your head, when you're out here and you have so much energy that when you walk in a room, you don't. Nobody thinks you're short. Like that kind of thing.
Wow, people want their song. People want their song, girl. People want their song, but before you give them their song,
Yeah.
I want to give you an opportunity to
Hmm.
share your final words. I really must say, like you are such a breath of fresh air.
Oh.
You have such a great spirit, and when people meet you in person, like you are. I remember I was with my sister, and they're like, "Oh my god, she's so sweet." My sister couldn't stop saying, "Oh my god, she's so sweet." She's so, because we watch you online, and you're so rough, and you're like all up in your screen, and you and you say what you have to say, and
Yeah.
I swear you don't breathe when you say what you have to say, and I guess
I
it
do
comes
speak
with,
quickly.
right.
I do.
All of the practice, the practice, the vocal practice you have, you
Yeah.
practice your gut and everything, and you can just spit without breathing and stuff. But you're such a sweet person, and
Mm.
I really wish you all the best, like with your future. I really want to see you win. You are definitely, you're a strong woman, to go through this
Thank
and
you.
still be, be positive, still make people laugh, and still take a mapui and domeli. I really want to say, it was a pleasure having you on the show. Um,
Yay.
like I said, we're solutions driven, so we're gonna try our utmost best to put together something that can solve your problem. Right? If we can
Amen.
solve the problem, then we good to go, right?
Yeah.
I want to give you your opportunity to have the final say, and then we'll get the song. All right, guys, we'll
All
get this.
right. That's beautiful. Hello everybody. It's me, Andy, being in your phone. Um, I think the thing that I want to say to everybody is number one, any artist out there. I know that Dominica has a hard place to land as an artist, but I think one of the most amazing things about Dominica is that we have so much art and so much talent. And I think we're now coming into the place where we realize this doesn't have to be a second, a hobby or a side job. And I want us to get to the place where not only do we view art as essential, we view art as life giving because for a lot of people, you feel like somebody cut off your limbs if you couldn't do your art. So I want to tell you that if that's what you're into, you can do it too. You understand? Yes, yes, it will be rough, but you can do it too. And then to everybody who's using their daily life. I'm happy that I brought you any sort of joy, and I just want you to know sometimes yes, humor is a cover up, but don't forget to stand up for yourself. It doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter if it's funny, if it's not funny. Do not forget to stand up for yourself because at the end of the day, the person who got your back is you and God. You understand?
Mhm.
So yeah, man, that's me.
Wow. Phil, the song, the
Yes,
jazz song you give us.
the jazz. Okay, so in the spirit of Ella Fitzgerald, I'm going to sing "Summertime" from Porgy and Bess, for about 2 seconds. And I'm nervous again. Okay. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Ooh, your daddy's rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
You're making me cry.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Girl, you're so talented.
Thank you.
You're so talented. Like it's breaking my heart that you
It's okay, babe. It's okay. I promise.
I wasn't ready according to Colin. That's me. Oh my god, you're amazing. You are so
Thank
amazing.
you.
Your voice.
Thank you. Um,
Wow.
yeah.
I'm completely blown away. Like completely blown away. Your voice.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, you move mountain, eh? Because you make me cry. You make me cry. Oh my god, this is like I was shivering with you talking. Look, people are telling me they were shivering. I was shivering at the first word. You know, this I making them cry. Everybody said I'm making them cry. Oh my god,
Sorry, guys. Okay.
we're gonna take this offline. Phil, it was a pleasure.
Yeah,
So I need to
of
get
course.
myself together, yo. This
Of course.
really,
Okay,
this really took me. It
yeah,
took
I
me by
understand.
surprise.
Guys, catch me on your next movie also. Can you understand what I'll be telling you, Tell me to the station. Yeah, you understand? Support me. You understand when I'll be telling you
Give
all
us a
little
little
coons
funny
on the
something
side?
because you have my stomach hurting.
Guys. When I tell you all little coons on the side, you understand? Just understand it's in the song. You just come and support me. I'll shake my boom boom for you on the stage, and we'll all get it together for Carnival. You don't want to see me on the truck because I want to see me on the truck. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Sorry, you still have to give you kisses. I don't know which way. So there you go.
Phil, it was a pleasure having you on the show. It was so lovely on the show.
Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye. Have a good one. Bye. Oh my God, guys, what a gem! What a freaking gem! Oh my God, what a gem! Listen, like I was not Colin XP. I wasn't ready. Like I taking your line tonight, because listen. I was not ready. What an angelic voice. Like reincarnated, period per, on point. Let me tell you, that was, yeah, I wasn't expecting this. Phil, thank you very, very much for coming on. Phil Charles, Philsha Pendenque, thank you very much for coming on and sharing a little bit of your story with us. You know, just a little bit. There's a lot more she could have spoken about. We could have been here for 3 hours talking. But I really, truly appreciate getting to know this lady, the lady behind the comedy, the lady behind the music, the lady behind the pending singers, the lady behind, I mean, amazing individual. And I'm completely blown away. I wasn't expecting this. I was not expecting this, right? We got some serious talent here, and I was honored. I want to say thank you very much to those of you who tuned in, those of you who came on the live. Thank you very much for joining. Those of you who shared the live, I truly appreciate you guys. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for following. Thank you for sharing. Oh my God, I am over the moon. I think I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Woo! Like this was just like heartwarming, really heartwarming. Yeah, we're gonna do something about this. We're gonna do something about this because you know we solve problems. We don't dwell in them. We don't wait for people to help us. Oh no, we don't do that. We find ways. We forge ways to help ourselves. And that's what my father. I have a tattoo on my arm that says "Row your own boat." My father always tell my father to imagine your father telling you to row your own boat. Don't depend on anybody. Do not depend on anybody to row your boat. And we're gonna help Philsha Pendenque row her boat. We're gonna help her, you know, because she needs the help. As long as she wants me to, we're gonna do this. We'll utilize the platform. And look, my sister said, "The jazz hold her." Let me tell you, girl, you went from girl, my stomach hurting me a kind of a way. Yes, a kind of a way. There is like, yeah, so talented. Thank you very much, all of you who came on. I truly appreciate it. I hope you guys shared the live. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. We're going to have Superline. He's going to be on the line with us. He's going to be here with us. Popular song, over 200,000 hits. Right? Superline has been mashing up with, and he also did very well on his song that he introduced at the top of the year. And we're going to talk to him a little bit and find out a little bit about him. We have so much talented people in Dominica. Superline is one that you don't want to miss. Tomorrow, same time, same place. Next week, Wednesday, we got Annette Sanford is going to be joining us. She is the Kalinago chief, the very first female Kalinago chief. So she's going to be joining us next week, Wednesday. All right, so tomorrow is the last show for the week. Thanks again to all of the sponsors, the National Cooperative Credit Union. Thank you very much to Asta fans, and thank you very much to Caribe. I'm saying good night to y'all. Until next time. Bye-bye. See you guys soon, and have yourselves a good evening. Be safe out there in the streets. Be safe, all right? Bye-bye.